right of subrogation and violate the provision of the insurance policy, which may jeopardize the outcome of the claim. So it must be noted. Once the damage occurs, the assessment shall be made. And if the assessment damage is estimated at more than a certain amount, such as $500, the freight forwarder or the consignee calls for surveyor. A survey minimizes subsequent disputes on the nature or extent of damage and provide a reliable estimate of the cost of repairs. If a claim is not settled administratively, the survey report can eliminate questions of proof. So how is a joint survey done? It is formal and technical, and it is held by representatives of 2 or more parties involved. And these people are professional, knowledgeable people who act independently, impartially, and objectively. But it will surprise you to know that we have different interests as far as the parties is concerned. The ship owner is there, the cargo owner, the insurers are there. So therefore, a joint survey is usually undertaken, and it can be performed by either one surveyor who represents both parties or more, and the cost will be borne by both parties or all. It can also be more than one surveyor where all parties are present and represented so that they can defend their rights. For a formal joint survey of damage, each party normally appoints its own surveyor, with another surveyor examines the damage and attempt to reach agreement on the extent of damage from causality. I mean, the causality is talking about the degree of damage that has been caused, okay, by that particular action or peril. The survey report lists items of damage and recommend repairs when all parties agree. And then they will sign the reports to record their occurrence. And surveyors normally sign without prejudice as to liability. If there is disagreement, the disputed points are specifically noted, and no surveyor subscribes to any statement in a survey report when he disagrees. Now, lodging of claims. In the event of an alleged cargo loss, damage, or shortage, the forwarder shall notify all carriers responsible for the claim for damage. Should the carrier or the other relevant authorities be responsible for such shortage or damage, the forwarder representing the cargo interest, who is the insured, shall further lodge a claim with them in writing, and if necessary, obtain their confirmation for an extension of time of limit validity of such claim. Usually, to facilitate quick handling of damage, the insured must consider all available documents when he submits the claim. For instance, original policy, and then the insurance certificate, original invoice, specifications, weight list, original bill of lading, and other contracts of transport documents. There must also be certain supporting documents like the parking list, tally sheets, consignment notes, delivery receipt, proof of delivery, noting damage, and also claim on holding them reliable. So all these things must be done immediately, okay, and must be given to the insurance company in case when the cargo owner actually is responsible and the damage become known. It is also recommended that the freight forwarder keep a record of his contact throughout the claim process with the insurance. You don't act in isolation. So you keep close contact with the insurance company and the other parties related to the contracts of carriage, as far including the authorities, so that you make certain to keep track of specific information. Okay, whom you spoke with, there's something discussed, and it is advisable that you always follow up verbal claims notification with written notice, so that there will be record and evidence that they can provide when they are requested. And the insurance must also acknowledge claim notification within 10 working days. As we mentioned, there is a duty of mitigation of loss on the part of freight forwarders role. If the event happens, there's a damage, there's a loss, there is a delay, the insured and its forwarder shall, and the insurer may also take responsible measures immediately to avert or reduce the loss in order to make sure that the remaining cargo is also actually protected from further damages. It is the responsibility of the insured and its agent or the forwarder to take measures to avoid or minimize any loss. And where possible, the insured and its freight forwarder shall also reduce possibility of damage of goods by, for example, removing goods threatened with a damage or loss from the source of risk. In every cargo, whenever there is a damage, in every cargo transport, whenever there is a damage, loss, shortage, or delay, the forwarder, which is representing the cargo interest, shall also be aware of the contractual time bar. So after a certain period, the right to lodge complaint will no longer hold again lawfully. So therefore, you must know the contractual bar time. There are two bar times for attention, and it is important to keep both in mind. One is a time bar to claim the insurance compensation from the insurance company as insured, at and after which the coverage will be considered void and null. The other time limit is the file suit against the carrier as stipulated in the transport document between the carrier and the shipper or consignee. So all those things are mentioned in those international laws that we mentioned. So when you refer to them and you know the time limit, then you know when to sue the carrier and when to lodge complaint with the insurance company. So after paying the insurance, the insurer subrogate the rights from the insured, that's the cargo interest, against the carrier. The pass of time bar in the transport contract will prejudice the right of the insurer derived from the insurance contract. The time of validity of claim under transport insurance is dependent on the provision of the insurance contract, such as the period of 2 years, counting from the time of completion of discharge of the insured goods from the seagoing vessel at the port of discharge. So the following are the time limitations placing carriers on notice on the nature and extent of claim in accordance to relevant international conventions that I mentioned. When it comes to ocean carrier, 1 year from date of delivery is given, and air carriers, preferage, and when it comes to preferage and obvious damage, it's only 7 days. And when it is a hidden damage, it takes 14 days. And when the goods is not delivered at all, it's 120 days. Air carriers tariff may provide different time limits that prevails over a bill of lading or oral representation. Some insurance would insist on the insured not admitting liability, even where the circumstances appears to be clear. Doing so can be very damaging. So you must be truthful. You must work with utmost good faith, the principle of utmost good faith, so that you admit liability when you are actually responsible. Ensure that notification of the incident is made to your insurer at the earliest opportunity. There may be obligations under the policy to notify within a certain period. So if you don't know and it elapses, the insurance company will use that against you and you may lose your compensation. So this is the end of the program. We have dealt with the key terms in insurance. We have also discussed the principles of insurance. We've dealt with liability insurance, transport insurance cover, and the duty of freight forwarders. So we assume that you have taken key things from this particular model. Should you have further questions, you can send me a mail or reach me on phone or on WhatsApp. And we shall provide, befitting answers or clarification to everything. At this juncture, I want to thank all of you for your attention. Thank you very much.